Hey Dom, this is David Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a lot to talk about and I wanted to get into what is going on or happening with James Corden and BTS and why people believe BTS unfollowed him. There's a lot of drama between the fandom and James right now and I do have some thoughts I want to clear up. I also wanted to get into Suga and Lisa's name appearing together over their songs and I have some thoughts on this. This one is definitely lighter, so I will save that for the end. So grab your dumpling, a tea spilling mug merch, and let's jump into the tea. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified and some new video drops. And if you're a hater, I'd like to be first to leave your hate comment. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell also, and you'll be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. I don't know how to approach this James Corden and BTS drama, if you will. I think what I am going to do is just go kind of word by word and break it down. Let me just explain what happened so I can catch up anyone who doesn't know about this. So BTS went to the UN, we know that. I have covered this extensively the past few days on my channel, and notably they did a really great performance at the UN, which I did react to on my Patreon, so if you want to take a look, the link is down below. James Corden obviously had to talk about this. This is such a monumental moment and no one can ignore this. Even the government apparently, which is not shocking. Now James in his show does a bit of a monologue. I think this is at the beginning, and he talked about BTS being at the UN and talked about how crazy it was, and there was a few parts that armies did not like and they kind of got furious at James. This was to the point where if you go to Google to check the ratings of the show, it dropped from like 4 point something stars to now 2 point something stars, and that's really bad and quite scary. But those ratings don't determine whether the show will continue to air or if James will continue to have a job, so it doesn't do much at all. But okay, I want to break down James' monologue because I have some thoughts. So in the first few seconds, he talks about how the UN was doing its thing and hosted some unusual visitors. This was one of the first things that a lot of people had a problem with, as unusual is quite a strange way to describe something like this. People would expect an introduction like extraordinary or out of the norm, something that technically has a more positive connotation to the word. However, I don't know how to explain this, but using the word unusual almost builds up suspense to the story. Like if you said, we have a strange visitor today, you'd stick around to listen more. It becomes a lot more interesting. Would it have the same effect if he said extraordinary guests? Yeah, maybe, but he chose unusual. And the word unusual doesn't mean anything negative innately. We maybe took it as such, but it's not what the word means. It just means not usual, different. And then James goes on to explain that BTS was there to do a performance, and he didn't say this, but it is not typical for singers and all that to perform at the UN. It's just not. It is unusual. And then James showed a clip of the UN performance. He then quickly says he loves the performance and then talks about how the person who uploaded this on YouTube must have been so shocked and surprised to see that it got 15 million views or whatever. And then talked about how that person must have thought that they should have had BTS a long time ago, although I doubt the UN cares about views. But there was this other part people got mad at. James said that 15-year-old girls everywhere wished that they were the Secretary General because I guess the secretary got front row seats to see the performance. I was seeing posts of people saying that they used to be 15 but now they're not and still fans of BTS, and that James was saying that apparently the fandom doesn't age because now everyone's older. No, he's saying 15-year-old girls everywhere. The girls who are 15, the girls in the fandom that are 15 are probably wishing they were the secretary. Nowhere did he say that BTS fandom is only 15-year-olds. He's saying the ones that are 15. Also, what is wrong with being 15? 15-year-old girls know a lot. It's not an insult. And then the segment ended there. Now the backlash went everywhere and even on James's Instagram account. James' last post was a picture of someone who he loved that died. There was comments of these armies sending death threats and demanding James to apologize on that post. I'm literally gonna cry. I'm thinking about the family of that person who died, reading the comments, hoping to see comments about the person they love and best wishes and how much this person who died meant to the world. But instead seeing comments demanding James to apologize to BTS. This post is about a dead person. They crossed the line. Do that on any other post if you hate James so much. You do not do that on a post about a dead person. There's literally a comment that just says, I hate you in caps. A picture about a dead person and you write, I hate you. I am not okay. I'm literally so mad. I had to breathe and take a moment before continuing because I understand how mad I'd be seeing those messages. These are the type of comments I get. I'll tweet about Asian racism or a charity I believe in, and I'll get comments like, can you never talk about BTS again? Or please go die because you talk about BTS. And I'm like, this tweet is not about me. It's never about me. I don't make content about me. People then thought that James was unfollowed by BTS, and I went to check all of BTS's social media and I did not see BTS following James. But I do recall that BTS never followed James to begin with. I could be wrong, but I looked into it and I had never seen BTS following James, even when things were not like this. So I don't think they unfollowed James. I think they were just never following. I also want to make a quick note. While I don't believe there was any real malicious intent on what James said, it obviously came out that way to a lot of people, and it's difficult to say that a lot of people are wrong when a lot of people obviously feel upset. But I do want to clarify that this is entertainment and the entertainment industry. BTS and James do not have to be friends in real life. BTS and any talk show host that BTS goes on, they do not have to be friends. They just have to be friendly with each other. This is a professional relationship. This is not BTS coming over to visit their friend. This is broadcasted on TV for millions of people to watch. It will never be 100% real. And comments about James using BTS for clout make no sense to me. BTS and Big Hit agreed to go on the James Corden show. Of course, James is using BTS for views because James wouldn't have had a no-name person on the show because it won't get him views. James is not going to have me on the show, but also BTS would not go on a show that also had me on there because they want to go on shows that are internationally successful. If James was not famous and had a small podcast that he filmed in his basement with a monthly 2 viewers, BTS ain't going on that show. Why would they? Suga has talked about how when they do shows, they are hoping for a boost in sales and stuff like that. They use each other for clout. That's how the industry works. I never hear James Corden is using Justin Bieber for clout. Stop this. James has yet to respond, and this made ARMYs more mad as they want James to address this issue, and keeping silent is a sin apparently. BTS is going to be fine after this, and if they dislike James so much after these comments, they simply won't go on the show anymore. However, even if they believe James is okay, they may just avoid the show altogether now anyway, because going on the show after this backlash would make people upset. It's nice to see a dedicated fandom, but we need to think about what we are saying and what we are doing, and the impact it makes. BTS will continue to rise on top and be on charts. Recently, a weird record came about when it was discovered that Lalisa, the song by Lisa from Blackpink, started to rank at number 68 on the charts, and this is a very difficult chart to rank on. And apparently this ranked at the same place that Daechita by August D and Suga ranked in the first week. People were very excited by this, and keep in mind it's very difficult to rank number 1 as a solo artist that hasn't done too much as a solo artist. If she started out as a solo artist, then it would definitely rank number 1, I think, but I think more people know Blackpink as a whole than just Lisa on her own. I'm pretty upset that I don't feel like Lisa has gotten the proper promotion since her solo. I feel like she wasn't really pushed. I haven't seen too many performances on talk shows. I don't know why she wasn't at the VMAs or performing this on just a lot more shows. The song is doing really well. It just seems like a lost opportunity. There's one other theory that I have that could be a reason why she hasn't done too much on American media. It could just be because the song is not in English and American TV and American radio probably don't want to play it. But I just don't know if that's the case. Maybe the radio, but I think the talk shows would be okay with putting Lisa on. I think they should be having Lisa do her dance covers that she normally does. Those go so viral, and quite honestly, I was hoping to see more dancing moments during her solo. But the reception seems to be not as big as I was hoping, because when Rosé dropped her thing, I could not get away from that. But I feel like when I talk to people about Lisa's solo, they don't even know that she has one. I hope she gets pushed a bit more. I was looking forward to Lisa's solo the most, and I don't want it to end before she completely takes over the world and really shows her skills. I don't think America is aware of just how talented Lisa's dancing is, and they gotta know this. Let's make this happen, and let's help promote Lisa too. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here due to copyright or getting taken down, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions like the UN performance, and you also can get ship reactions, and you can also request things you would like to see over there. Currently, we have over 400 videos that are already up on there, so you'll have a great time kind of binge watching and seeing all of that the moment you sign up. And we have a great time interacting and having fun over there as well, so if you're interested in any of that, link is in the top description down below. There is a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you would like to do that. That video is on the front page. You can check it out. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on the screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.